Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm Golf Course scenario playthrough. In the last episode we went out to gather some cargo spaces and we actually harvested quite a few, although we did anger the local zombie population. We returned to base and began installing these new cargo spaces, and we got quite a lot done with the vehicle itself. We also installed a mini freezer, which is just super great, as well as a kitchen unit which will enable us to cook and preserve food while we're on the road. With the other vehicle work we've done, we are basically in a position where we could use this as a mobile base, but we still want to continue tweaking and improving our vehicle. In that vein, we went to a local RV where we harvested a second storage battery. The main thing here is that the battery was full, so it was going to provide us with a lot of power, but when we installed it in our vehicle, we found that it was actually leaking. We cannot have a leaking battery in our vehicle, so we're going to probably address that in this episode. And with that, Internet, we are back in the game. Now, like I said, this storage battery is leaking, and that is really a huge bummer. Now, there's a couple reasons for that being a bad thing. Number one is that if we put it in the vehicle, it will gradually lose charge on its own, but it will also hinder our ability to charge other batteries. So we really can't afford to have a leaky storage battery in our vehicle, despite the value of having such a large battery. Now, the second problem is that you can't repair storage batteries, so this is not something we can fix. See down here it says it's not reparable. So what we want to do is basically disassemble this storage battery, because the way it works in Cataclysm, actually this might still not be true anymore, but we're going to try it anyway. But basically when you disassemble a storage battery, instead of giving you component parts, it actually gives you smaller storage batteries. And then through crafting, you can make larger batteries from smaller batteries and so on and so forth. This is how you would repair a storage battery. Oh, I do hear someone is mowing nearby. Sounds pretty far away, so I don't think we have to worry about that too much. If it gets too close, I'll take a break, but just in case you hear some rumbling in the background. So let's try disassembling this storage battery. It says it will give us 79 small storage batteries, which I believe is one shy of being able to craft a full-fledged storage battery. It will also give us some electronic components, which I didn't know it would even give me any scrap materials. I thought it would just be the storage battery, so that's cool. Get a little bit of copper wire and stuff. Now the problem is that this storage battery is actually only at half health, so we're probably going to get a lot less than 79. But yes, let's do this. I didn't look at how long this will take. About an hour, looks like, so we'll check that out. And yes, so we failed to recover quite a lot of materials, and that would be because it was an already damaged item. So we got 51 small storage batteries. Each of those has 500 charge, which I believe is comparable to a... Oh, no, it's not. It's 1/5 of a car battery. So that is a little small to be worth installing. So let's see, can we craft... We might have to go into our book area. Can we craft storage batteries? We can. Medium requires 14. So we should be able to make we should be able to make 3 medium storage batteries from the materials we just got. And each medium storage battery will have a capacity of, well, just doing some math, it would be 7,000, I believe, which is, about 3 car batteries. So it's still beneficial for us to do this. The other issue is the electronic scrap, which I don't think we've got very much of. We got 12. So again, I think that's enough for about 3. Let's haul this stuff inside. And the bells are chiming as well. And I think that we can get more electronic scrap if we need to. Let's craft. So let's make some storage batteries. Storage. Medium storage battery. We have enough materials for 3. And we don't have enough storage batteries to make 4 anyway. So let's just make... How long is it? 40 minutes a piece. Oof. Okay. Well, let's make 1. And let's have a look at it. Get item. Yeah, so 7,000 battery charge is acceptable. And the main benefit of having these is that when we go out and we harvest more storage batteries, we can make another big one if we're so inclined. Because the other thing I wanted to do in this episode is drive out to that solar vehicle and harvest those solar panels. Assuming we're at mechanic 6, which I don't think we are actually. So let's check. Our mechanic skill is 5. Yeah, so we're going to want to raise that to 6. I believe 6 is the requirement for those solar panels. But let's make the rest of our storage batteries here. And then the other issue with having smaller batteries is that, as far as I know, you can only install one battery per tile in your vehicle, so we end up spreading out a lot of batteries, which is not ideal. So we should have 3 of these bad boys. And yes, they're quite heavy. Shockingly, enormous batteries are heavy. But we'll pick them up. Oh, we don't even have space. Okay, well, we'll drop them on the floor here. And we'll haul them outside. And I believe we did pick one up. Where's my spear? Oh, again with this, I lost my spear somewhere. Where's the spear? I hate when this happens because I have no idea. Okay, steel spear 2 to the south. So we must have taken apart a MRE. And we'll take these outside and we'll put them in the vehicle now, I guess, since we're not really doing anything else. And we'll install not a small storage battery, medium storage battery. And if I try to install another, you'll see we can't install a second battery here. So we do need to spread them throughout the vehicle. Thankfully, because they're medium, we don't need a tool with lifting. We only need a very low strength requirement, so we can easily put these in the center of our vehicle, whereas in the case of a large storage battery, we would actually probably have to take out a wall in order to get access to these middle tiles. So that saves us some grief there. And you'll look, we now have a decent supply of storage in our vehicle. The issue is that we lost all of that charge. This was previously a fully charged battery, but when you disassemble them, you lose all of that stored charge. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We could run the engine a bit to charge these up. I don't think we're gonna do that at the moment. And we want solar panels because that'll give passive energy storage going into our vehicle and will enable us to run our freezer at all times. I believe the freezer, this could totally be wrong, I could be misremembering, but I believe it draws about 60 power and each storage panel is about 70 or something along those lines. Let's check. Turn on freezer. Minus 45W, and then a fully charged solar panel in midday sun, I believe, is plus 60. I could totally be misremembering, but it, should be enough for us to be able to run our freezer most of the time. What do we want to do? Probably read, right? So we're also getting calorie dense messages, and we are normal weight, but we're getting messages suggesting that we might dip down below. So I think taking the day just to read and eat will benefit us, because the more we craft, the more we work on our vehicle, the more calories we burn. So if we take a day where we just relax and we don't do a lot, more of those calories will be converted into long-term storage instead of being burned up through activity. So we're going to do that. 500 food. Oh, we had food place food. I didn't even know. Food place food is fantastic for building up calorie stores. It's a 500 calorie item, but more importantly, it's only 0.13 liters, which means you can eat a fair bit of it. I mean, we talk about that in every episode, how you should eat calorie dense, low volume food like these beans here. I don't want to eat just raw beans. That sounds horrible. We'll have some chocolate. Oh, it has a negative health implication. Yeah, chocolate's not really good for you. Dark chocolate, I think, is actually not unhealthy. I think dark chocolate even has health benefits, because I think there's I don't know. I'm not a food person. Don't judge me. I'm not a food person. What are you gonna do? But I know, like, white chocolate, I think is just the oil, right? And that's not really what you want. And then milk chocolate. What am I looking for? I almost typed pink. What am I? Oh, pine needle. Yes. Drink the pine needle tea. And then we'll read, and we'll go out and sit in our lawn chair here, our armchair out in the lawn, and just read in the sunlight. We have nothing to read, of course, because I dropped my mechanics book, probably on the unsorted pile. Actually, go ahead and sort everything, because why not? And we're looking for, I believe, internal combustion, and we'll pop outside in the nice spring air and have ourselves a read here. All right. I completely forgot. Oh, we were talking about chocolate. I don't know. I'm not even a chocolate guy. I don't like chocolate very much. I'm a vanilla dude for the most part. And people talk about it like it's bland to eat. Like, I'm a vanilla ice cream guy, and people are always like, "Oh, you're so bland. That's so boring." And it's like, well, people say that, but it's still a flavor. It's not like I'm eating like just ice cubes, right? It's still a flavored ice cream. It just happens to be vanilla. I don't think there's anything wrong with liking vanilla. Go ahead and eat some cashews. I love cashews. And I guess we'll keep reading in the dark. Chocolate candy, no. Mostly I want things that have a positive health impact. Don't eat just a raw garlic bulb. That seems like... that seems horrible. Let's eat some Toastums. That way we can get a mood buff as well. So that it benefits our reading. And then we'll read by firelight, just like the Founding Fathers or something. And we should get a question, because I don't really know what to talk about. We can't talk about chocolate the whole episode. So we'll click, scroll, click, get a random question. What is the most positive, unrelenting thing that has ever happened to you? Unrelenting thing that has happened to me. Oh, gotta click back on the game, my bad. My bad, Windows, didn't mean to make you angry. When you say thing, it sounds like you mean event, like one single positive event. But the reality is most people don't have singular positive events. Like being positive and beneficial to your personal life is usually like, okay, you need to eat more calorie dense food. No, I know, game. I'm working on it. So let's just go with like what has had the most positive impact on my life. We've talked previously about like my mentors and kind of some of the older men who, when I was growing up, tried to teach me, you know, about the world and how to be, a man, and it was very like traditional gender role stuff as well. But like we've talked about that previously. So I don't think we need to rehash that. Positive impact. Well, for me, medication, right? Medication has had a huge impact on my life and has changed me. In a lot of ways. You know, 15 years ago, my everyday was on the brink of, and I shouldn't say it in a YouTube video because YouTube gets pretty finicky about talking about stuff like this, but I was doing very poorly, and I was constantly kind of on the verge of a very permanent ending to my life that I would have done to myself, if that makes sense. I'm avoiding the S word. I don't want to say the S word on YouTube. We survived for 28 days. Fantastic. Of course, as a reference to 28 Days Later. Why wouldn't it be one of the best zombie movies of all time? So eat and drink, and I think we'll hit the road and try to harvest those solar panels. Again, I don't know if they're Mechanic 6. I guess we'll find out when we get over there. We'll take, of course, our book with us to read as we're over there, because I think we can also go back to that town that has the Triffids, and I think we can explore a little bit of the buildings that we previously skipped over because we were trying to get out of there and get away from the Triffids. So just again chugging down some of these calorie dense foods, eating all this wheat cereal because it has a positive health impact, and then we'll drink the pine needle tea, which we should be about out of. No, do not force yourself to eat. That would be a mistake, I think. You feel quite full and a bit sluggish. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much every American. Let's drop... I don't know what we need to take with us exactly. Let's move all this stuff so we can... No, why can't I haul this? Oh, it's a vehicle. Okay, that's our crane. So let's move this stuff out of the way. And we'll grab old Niles over here. And let's just pack light. Let's just assume we're going to go over there for a couple days. Let's grab ammunition. Oh god, no, don't drop anything. Where's my ammo pile? Here it is. So we'll grab like, I don't know, 300 rounds of ammo. Should probably take some food with us. Again, this is a benefit of having MREs. We can just throw these in the back of our vehicle as food. So we'll take those with us. We have our book that we would be reading. Do we need any other tools? We have the hacksaw, hammer, wrench, multi-tool. I think we're good on the tool front. We have bullets, we have magazines, we have our spear. Our clothing is in acceptable shape. We have hemostatic powder, bandages, aspirin. What else could I possibly need to take with beverages? We will need something to drink. Should have a gallon of water here somewhere. We'll take that. And we'll take the remaining pine needle tea, I suppose. How much water? We have 10 portions of water. Yeah, I think we're good. I think this will be fine for now. Let's just dump this stuff where the passenger seat would be. I really need to put a battery charger in this. I think we will keep our eye out for a recharging station while we're out and about as well. And just drop all that stuff. I think we're good. As long as this bad boy starts up. There we go. Close that door probably. Back up. Try not to ram into any trees, which you're doing immediately. Oh, we hit a shrub. Why don't we... No, there's mailboxes. Let's pop out of the vehicle here for a second. Let's pop out of this thing. And I can't really smash with a spear. I wanted to smash the mailbox and the lamppost so we could turn around and orient in the other direction. Give me my cudgel. Or baseball bat's fine. Baseball bat's fine. Let's knock these things out of the way here. Make sure that they're not going to be blocking us up. And I don't think we need... I don't think if any of this gets run over, it's not really a big deal. Most of this stuff is loot from all the zombie corpses that we've dealt with over the span of us being here. Let's grab our spear, drop the item, and then I did not drop the welder, so I do have that to repair our spear if it gets damaged. And we're going to head out for a little while, for a little drive here. Might be gone a day or two. Should be a short excursion, however, so let's swing this bad boy around. It's been a while since I've had to drive a big vehicle, so may take some dialing in. And of course we have the issues with the barricades that we saw previously. We're still going to have to slip by. Not this one. This one's fine. We already dealt with all the enemies, so it's the other one. It had non-lethal turrets and barricades that made it very difficult to drive past. So we'll have to see how that turns out. See a fox, not a concern. Anyway, medications had a huge positive impact on me, and I realize not for everyone, you know, but I'm a very different... What did I hit? I hit a fox! Oh my god, why didn't you move, fox? I drive for a living. I see fox all the time when I'm out driving for work. Oh, there's quite a few zombies there as well. When we park, they should be attacking the turret, so I don't think they'll come over here yet. And we're going to want to shoot the turret first and foremost. Let's pop out the rear just to have a little extra protection. And we'll wield our gun. Oh, spotlights as well. I did not notice that there were spotlights over there. Zombie, no. I'm looking for... There it is. So we'll try to shoot the turret, but it's very far away. And our aim is not that good. But we can expend a few bullets with this without too much concern. We did clip it there. I know it's probably a little hard to see. Well, the riot control platform is down. Riot control platform collapses. Okay, great. So they should come at us now. Oh no, they're gonna go... They're gonna attack the spotlight. Alrighty. And it looks like the other turret may be destroyed, or it could be in this tile right here. You'd assume it would line up with the other one, so it would probably be right here. No, it's 2 tiles in front, so it would be about here. Which makes sense, because here we can actually see the casings. Alrighty. And we want to avoid getting too close to the turrets, and the main reason is that the turrets, when they shoot you... Man, I wish that was not on the screen so I could actually see what I'm shooting at. When the turrets shoot you, they will knock you... They'll give you a temporary status where I believe you can't control your movement, which makes it very dangerous because you could be unable to move in the direction you're actually trying to move, which would lead to you taking more shots from the turret, which would all do a very small amount of damage, and they can actually kill you. What is happening? You hit the mil-spec searchlight. Blinding light is destroyed. You're blind. Oh, I see. So this was a beam of light shooting at my eyes. You hear a huge explosion. What a weird response that is. That's so peculiar. And then we'll shoot this zombie as well. So yeah, we want to be careful with the riot control platform. Why is my aim so bad? There we go. Okay. So we can see the other one now. And the thing with the platform is I don't know if it will target me over the zombies, so we're a little hesitant to get too close. and I cannot see what's happening. Zoom out here. And we're trying to shoot this bugger, and it might be hard to get the shot there, but we'll put them down as well. Great. So we dealt with that. So that means we can clear the remainder of the barricade and have an easy transition. And we're just going to shoot the rest of these zombies. We could go back and get our spear, but oops, shot the sandbag. But I think shooting them is just faster and easier, and I don't really want to deal with it, so should be nice and easy. I'm going to let you bleed, because I think it will save me a bullet. I don't think you'll make it. Oh, you made it. Why aren't you dead? There we go. Okay. And then one more, it looks like. I think this will hit whatever that object is. What is this? Doesn't say what the target is, so I don't know what that is. There we go. What is this thing? Mechanical fluid, plutonium generator. Okay, well, I guess that's where they get their power to keep these turrets and spotlights on forever. I don't think we can harvest that. I am a little scared, because what if I had shot the generator? Would that have exploded and like mini nuked this whole little area? And yeah, many of these have already died and resurrected, so a lot of these aren't going to have any loot on them. It'll be strewn around here. Kevlar vest we definitely take just to have the backup Kevlar. AR-15, a little bit of extra ammunition for the guns we're using. Again, Kevlar vest, very valuable. Oh, we can't carry a second. Let's just haul. No, you don't want to haul every item. How do we want to do this? Nothing on them either. Just give me the AR and we'll take that back with us. Anyway, medicine has had a very positive impact on me. Really changed my life. Therapy has really changed my life. So both of those things, obviously very powerful, positive influences in my life. I really can't overstate them enough. But really, I guess the main thing is that I made a decision to be a different person, right? Like, because there are a lot of people, maybe even some of you who are listening to this, who are in therapy, and you go to therapy, and, maybe you go once a week, maybe once a month, whatever, and as soon as you walk out of the door, you forget all about it, right? Like, you don't make it a priority. It's just a, thing that you like, oh, I just want to go to therapy. But most people, in my opinion, who go to therapy don't actually work on themselves. So even though they're in therapy, which is a good thing that everyone, many people should be in therapy, but even though it's a good, positive thing, many people don't follow that up by actually putting in the work to change their life. So I guess the biggest positive impact, which is surprising to me as someone who's depressed and often, doesn't like themselves very much, I guess it's because I work really hard at trying to be a better person and live a better life. So yeah, I guess I'm the most positive influence in my life. That decision to look at my life the way it was and say, I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat right in the middle of the sentence. But that conscious decision of like, I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to be better than I used to be. That's really what had the biggest positive change, I guess, in my life, which surprises me, because I'm usually the first person to say, like, I'm a bad, guy who doesn't know what they're doing or whatever. So, yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. But, of course, there have been other positive influences. Like I said, my therapists have been very helpful over the course of the last, decade. I've worked with multiple therapy people. I've done individual and group sessions, which is very helpful. But yeah, I think making that personal decision and saying like, I'm going to change, I think that's the main thing. And I think if you're listening to this, I just think people always expect, and I was like this too, when I first started therapy, I thought this would be like a magic bullet where I would just start going to therapy and my life would get better. Okay, if we turn, we're going to smash into that lamppost. And the same with my medication. A lot of people, myself included, when I first started on medication, I thought this would be like a magic bullet. I would just start taking medicine and I would miraculously start having a better life. And really, that's not how it is. Even with medication, it's still work. And I put in that work. I'm the one who's making the effort. And You know, in therapy, I could go, like I went to group therapy this week, to a group thing, and I could have just sat there and not talked about myself. I could have just let the week go, and I could have been like, oh, I went to therapy, I put in my, you know, my hour this week or whatever. But instead, you know, I actively participated in the group because I wanted to, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. You talk about your stuff and you listen to what other people have to say. What is this place? It's a junkyard. Okay, I'm really curious what's in here, because the vehicles is like, finding a place with a bunch of vehicles, that's really cool. In various like stages of constructed, I think that's really, really neat. And none of them have the parts that we would like, but I think it's really cool to find this many vehicles like this, because this is pretty rare that you would come across something like this. And they do have cargo spaces, so if we had not found that flatbed truck, we could have harvested from this area as well. Oh, and I bet a lot of you have batteries, but I wonder if any of them have storage batteries, or if they're all just cargo, or car batteries. Car battery. Okay, so they do have medium storage batteries. We're gonna take those, which would allow us to make another big one instead of the multiple medium ones that we have. So we're gonna have a look at these. Car battery. Guessing you're a car battery as well. Okay, that's really neat though. Why don't we, what time is it? 10 in the morning. Let's grab this storage battery. Now we could take both. The fact that this one is draining doesn't actually have any impact on us, because we would be using it to craft a larger one, so we might as well take both. The problem is, once we pull them out, we're not going to know which one is the leaky one. Where are these batteries? Engine controller. Once we pull them out, we're not going to know which one's leaky and which one isn't, and that's going to be problematic, because if we install one, it's going to be a crapshoot of which one we get. So, like, if we decide we don't want to craft a big one, or maybe we aren't able to craft a big one, and we just want to install a medium one, well, we're not going to know which one is the right one to install. And we're going to look at the tile here, going here. No, not on the pavement. There we go. And we'll dump those in our vehicle. So that's cool. We got a couple extra batteries. I'm curious, what is up in... You can't climb up. There's no terrain above you to support your height. Well, then what is this? Oh, it's a step ladder. Oh, we'll take that as well. So a step ladder, if you don't know, it's a deployable item, just like a brazier or the folding crane that we have. And you can use it to climb a Z level. So if we, like here it was deployed, it wasn't next to a structure. Like this must not have a roof on it, so it couldn't do anything. But if I walked over here to the building and I deployed the step ladder here, I could actually use it to climb up a floor onto the roof or whatever. So it's a pretty neat little item to have. You can craft them, I believe, so it's not like something we would have never been able to get. But survival kit box. I think this is, let's look at the other thing. It's a bottle jack. I guess we'll take, I don't think we have a jack. We'll take both. So the survival box is one of the old style deconstructible items, I believe. That is a lot of like, it's mostly stuff that would only be valuable. Can I scroll down? Well, it would only be valuable in the early game, like on day one. But it's a lot of the really valuable stuff that you would love to have on day one. Like I can see here we have a knife, we have multiple flares. I don't really use flares, but it has water purification tablets and a flint and steel. Really, that's all. I thought it had much more. A whistle multi-tool. What is a whistle? Has a whistle, thermometer, magnifying glass, and compass. That's neat. I don't know that I need any of this stuff, but we'll take that out to the car as well. This junkyard's pretty cool. This is a nice little location. I haven't really seen one of these before, so I wonder when it was added. That's neat though. Slap those in our trunk. So we're already finding some pretty good stuff on our first little venture away from the base here. Check up front. Looks like some vending machines that are destroyed. It has its own road down here, so there's probably some monster density out there. Oh, and you know, I just noticed they have a crane as well. I'm assuming this might be a welding cart. It's a hand jack, so it is a crane. It's basically the same as the Niles crane that we created. It has a telescopic crane on it. But this one has wheels. Mine's just a box I drag around on the ground. Oh, and handles as well. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Yeah, I don't think we need that. What is this vehicle? Also a telescopic crane. Sometimes they will have mobile welding. Oh, is that what this is? Can we drag this? Oh, yes. So this is a welding cart. And this will use... It has an installed welding rig, which means it's a vehicle part. So instead of the welder that we have, that we carry around with us and use as medium batteries, we could take this apart and install that welding rig into our vehicle, which would let us weld using our vehicle power. So I don't think we have time to do this now, but we're definitely taking this with us. And this is one of the most valuable vehicles you will find in a location like that. The welding cart is just so valuable because it's in order to make this component, the welding rig, I don't know that we can look at it. Yeah, we don't have the recipe without our books. To make the welding rig requires quite a lot of effort and skill. So to find this is really, really nice. And that's another one of those furniture items we'd like to install alongside, you know, the other furniture that we've put in our vehicle here. But we don't have time for that now. Everybody, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Didn't make it to the solar panels, but we will take care of that certainly in the upcoming episodes. For now, that's it. Everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.